Did you know that the people that have a healthy gut flora have less problems with high blood pressure, cardiovascular issues, and a longer lifespan in general? So for this video, we're going to see ways to fix the gut flora. An example that can help us observe the effect of changing of the gut flora is migratory birds. With the changes in temperatures and temperatures beginning to drop, migratory birds need to seek warmer climates to fight off the cold and also find available food. But this is not just with birds, this happens with all migratory species. But what's the relationship between these migratory species and the gut flora? Before these animals move to another area, they need to increase in body weight, accumulate energy in the form of fat, because they will be traveling for long distances to get to their destination, therefore consuming big amounts of energy. Because they need more calories, they change their eating patterns just by instinct, something that it's incredibly amazing. With respect to birds, before they fly away, they reduce their insect consumption, which are typically higher in protein, and increase their consumption of fruits, which are rich in carbohydrates, basically foods rich in sugar. The change in food allows certain birds to gain a lot of body fat and are able to double their weight in just a few days. To make it more visual, think about you and I increasing an amount of 15 pounds of fat per day. But this is not the end of it. Once they arrive to their destination, they change their diet once again to insects and worms, which are typically rich in fats and proteins, allowing them to lose an excess of fat in just a few short days. The rate of fat loss is incredibly high, that for us humans it would amount to something of losing 12 pounds of fat per day. So what's the point of this example, and what's the message here to fix our metabolism and gut flora? First is understanding that whatever we eat changes our hormones and gut flora. If we increase the consumption of carbohydrates and reduce the amount of protein and healthy fats, we're going to increase the amount of hormones that can lead us of getting sick a lot faster and obviously accumulate more fat, but also causing changes to the gut flora. And this happens for a simple reason. If I consume foods that feed the bacteria that are harmful to the body or feed the parasites, it will obviously cause an increase in the population of these unwanted organisms, which will increase the difficulties of weight loss, but also harming our self-esteem, reducing energy levels, increasing inflammation, lowering cognitive performance, as well as increasing the chances of getting sick. With the example of the birds, it also shows that if hormones or the gut flora are taken care of once again, it's easier to manage weight and be back to proper weight. And this does not matter if there is an issue with obesity or below the proper weight. And it comes with an added bonus of preventing lots of chronic diseases. So now let's tackle the real question. How can we fix our gut flora? Well, the same way the birds did. In the same way that we have damaged our hormones and gut flora by changes in our lifestyle and eating habits, we've also lost good bacteria that helps us regulate our metabolism and prevent fat accumulation. That same bacteria are also an important step to produce vitamins and essential substances. With the decrease of the bacteria in our gut means less groups of bacteria, less variety, which means a decrease in overall health. Therefore, in order to repair our gut flora, not only it's necessary to get rid of the junk food, basically foods rich in carbohydrates, but also means reintroducing bacteria back into the gut to revitalize the whole system. So one of the first steps to fix the gut flora is reducing the amount of carbohydrates consumed. And these are foods like sweet bread, candy, soda, pasta, pastries, etc. You want to consume more healthy fats, a proper amount of protein, and replace many of the carbohydrates for fibrous carbohydrates, which release sugar at a slow rate. But if all these sounds too difficult because of the discipline involved, remember intermittent fasting can help compensate with the sugar previously consumed and use it as a form of energy instead. So far, we've seen that we need to avoid sugar to prevent feeding the wrong bacteria or parasites. Now the question emerges, and that is, how can I feed my gut flora or the good bacteria? Our gut flora is fed by consuming prebiotics or the soluble fiber. To try to make this even more simple, if you don't want to make any changes to your diet, at the very least, you can consume soluble fiber in a supplement form and still help your gut flora. But obviously that's not the point. This type of fiber is soluble in water, and it's the main food source of the bacteria that can help create a healthy gut flora. This is fiber found in fruits and vegetables, or you can also find it as a supplement form. Nowadays, we have so many resources to fix our gut flora because we can consume different sources of prebiotics or simply using supplements, and that's as easy as drinking just a pill. If we assume that there is no issues with metabolism, weight, or hormones, should I still be consuming prebiotics? Well, the answer is yes. A healthy gut flora will help you maintain a healthy self-esteem, high levels of energy, lower blood sugar levels, improve the immune system, better digestion, and even be able to deal better with stress. There's always something you can improve if you have a healthy gut flora. Now, to reintroduce good bacteria back into the gut, probiotics are necessary. One way is eating fermented foods, but unfortunately, it does not provide a wide variety of groups of bacteria. Nowadays, we have broad spectrum probiotics that come with lots of different bacteria that gives us the flexibility of choosing what types of bacteria to introduce or to focus on in a specific area or goal for our body, given that there are certain bacteria that are more related to the self-esteem and others that can help us improve our immune system. Something to remember about food is that historically speaking, fruits and vegetables were always organic. With the changes in agriculture and the use of pesticides and other chemicals like phosphate, they killed the good bacteria on the ground, so by the time we ingest these vegetables, they would have contained less of the probiotics. But we can compensate this by eating organic food and drinking supplements. The last thing to remember, and probably something that's not often looked at, is the damage caused by medicine. This is one of the biggest factors that contributes in the destruction of the gut flora, some more obvious than others. The first one to mention are antibiotics. These are necessary when there is an infection, but it's necessary to understand that many of the broad spectrum antibiotics also kill the good bacteria in our gut, which is also why after consuming antibiotics, there could be a change in metabolism, increased weight, and constipation. Next, we have those that inhibit proton pumps, which are basically antacids. This medication changes the pH of the gastric juice, making it less acidic, creating two new problems. First, it becomes more difficult to digest proteins, and second, there is an increase in bacteria in the small intestine, something that we don't want because it can cause abdominal pain, more gases, abdominal distension, and issues with normal digestion. Laxatives are another type of medication that causes changes in the gut flora by increasing one specific type of bacteria, which in excess can lower the amount of bile, leading to difficulties in digesting fats and constipation. While these types of medications are necessary in some occasions, using the tools in this video can help you fix your gut flora and be back to normal. This is something essential to remain healthy, reduce stress levels, improve the immune system, reduce the risk of autoimmune diseases, and prevent chronic diseases. And we can all do this, and truly there is no reason why you shouldn't do it and why it shouldn't be done. So that's it for this video. If you guys found this video helpful, please hit the like button, let us know what kind of content you'd like to see next. Don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next one.